It's crazy to me that something so ahead of its time is still so underappreciated. Resident Evil 9 is releasing this weekend, and we get to play as a whole new protagonist, Grace Ashcroft, and we are going back to Raccoon City. Raccoon City is probably the most iconic location in the whole Resident Evil series. You played in 2, you played in 3, but you also played in this game called Resident Evil Outbreak. This was one of the first ever online co-op games for a PlayStation console. The idea was to create the survival horror gameplay, but this time with your friends. But if you think about it, this idea paved the way for games like Dead by Daylight or Phasmophobia. Rather than one continuous campaign, the game featured separate scenarios which had multiple endings, branching paths, and random elements. There was also an infection system forcing players to race against the clock and raising the question of which characters would make it to the end. I mean, this honestly sounds like such a great game, so why did it flop? Well, for starters, the PlayStation 2 didn't have great online capabilities. In fact, you had to buy a separate network adapter and most players didn't have one. Other than that, the game had no proper voice chat, the game was severely punishing and unforgiving, and it lacked the presence of iconic Resident Evil protagonists. No Leon, no Jill, none of them. Instead, you played normal people with normal jobs who were just trying to survive the Raccoon City incident. But one of the characters you play is actually Alyssa Ashcroft, who is Grace's mother. We have been seeing Alyssa in these game previews for RE9, so we finally get to find out what happened after she escaped Raccoon City. Let me know if you're playing RE9 this weekend, and who's your favorite short-haired Resident Evil protagonist, because there's literally so many short-haired women in Resident Evil. It's like they kind of have a thing for it. I don't even